6:29 this morning, the Zags play in the Elite Eight tonight, and our sports director Brenda Green is live in Indy this morning with the latest.
Yeah, Josh, I caught up with Jalen Suggs' family prior to this matchup to talk all about the last few weeks for their family.
Amazon workers could soon unionize after the break. We'll tell you what workers in our area believe will happen if that vote goes through.
And we are going to take you outside, talk a beautiful sunrise in a relatively warm day ahead.
Up with KREM begins now.
Well, welcome back to Up with KREM. It is game day as Gonzaga will play at 4:15 p.m. against the USC Trojans for a chance to go to the Final Four. You'll be able to watch our team live from Indy following the game right here on KREM 2. And of course, this is what we've all been waiting for, Jeremy. I mean, this is the history-making moment. Their second their second Final Four on the way. The teams are getting better. The games are getting more intense. I'm stoked.
Yeah, and we got a good matchup. I'm excited to see. You know, they've kind of just rolled over everybody so far, so maybe we can see some basketball.
Yeah, made some very good teams look very not good.
Yeah, and Brenna's got some more insight on how that happens. But for now, let's get you out the door and let you know what's to come on this Tuesday morning. It's the 30th of March, 2021, and it's right at 6:30. So this morning, a beautiful sunrise, no doubt about that. Clear skies overhead. Allowed temperatures to drop, though. We are sitting on the chilly side here in Spokane, 25 degrees, 26 in Coeur d'Alene, 27 in Sandpoint. Same story in Moses Lake, 27 degrees, and 32 in Wenatchee. It's a chilly start to the day thanks to a lack of cloud cover and a lack of wind. Radiative cooling is what we call it. Big drop in temps thanks to that, but that means that we will likely see mostly sunny skies take us through the day today. And that's going to bump temperatures up. We go from the mid-20s to up near 50 degrees later on today. I do think we hit that magical 50-degree mark, and temperatures just keep rising in the days to come.
Magical mark, huh?
You know, it's not really that magical this time of year, but it was fun.
Okay, well, we'll just roll with it, Jeremy. It is Tuesday after all. This year's NCAA tournament, of course, we've seen it's very different in so many ways from the years past, not just impacting the players, but the impacts on their families, too. Our sports director, Brenda Green, joins us live this morning from Indianapolis after sitting down with Jalen Suggs' parents. Brenda?
8.5 hours. That's how long it takes to drive from Minneapolis to Indianapolis. Jalen Suggs' mom and dad, Larry and Molly, have made that trip several times over the last few weeks. They are now firmly in Indy for the long haul as they await to see if their son will become a national champion. How much time have you guys spent in the car over the last, 2 weeks or so?
A lot.
It would be a lot.
More than I like to.
The Suggs family is all basketball all the time, but it's at a whole other level the past few weeks.
Lots of wins. We're all for all the wins. Yeah. So that makes it worth it.
It's not just Jalen playing in the NCAA tournament right now. Sister Jenica has her first game in the Minnesota High School State Tournament on Tuesday as well. With her game starting at 5 Eastern Time and Jalen's starting at 7:15, it could make things complicated for Suggs and Manley. It also means they'll have to deliver the results of his sister's game to Jalen from the stands.
We'll make sure that we have iPad charged up and ready to go, and hopefully we get a great stream when we get in the building.
And then we'll give him the signal, she won or not. Hopefully it's she won.
Another thing the parents are enjoying about the stands is simply just bonding with other Gonzaga parents, something they've only been able to do sparingly throughout the year.
Kisper's mom's always in the front row. You got Timmy's mom in the front row. Molly anchors the middle. So between all the three moms, it's a lot of good loud cheering there for the boys. The boys see them upstairs, and I think it gives them a little extra firepower on the court, a little bit of motivation there.
It's been really fun. It's been one of my favorite parts. Meaningful, and they're meaningful relationships that no matter what happens after this, we'll always take with us.
Jalen is also just 3 games away from taking home some very special hardware. What would it mean to you guys to have your son be a national champion?
I might cry.
It'll be the first time that I've ever probably told him that he was really, really good.
That Jalen Suggs kid, pretty decent. Reporting in Indianapolis, I'm Brenna Green, KREM 2 Sports.
And Brenna, I want to ask you too, obviously parents love this chance to get to see the games up close and personal. Well, you've been following this team all season. Are the players responding to getting fans nearby again and getting to hear that cheering again and that support?
Yeah, Corey Kispert actually remarked on that yesterday. He said that it was really nice having fans in Hinkle and that the team definitely fed off of it. Unfortunately, something to keep in mind tonight is that Lucas Oil Stadium is just more cavernous. It's going to be hard to get that place loud. It is split in half because there's 2 games going on there tonight, but still, it's just not going to be the same as Hinkle where fans are on top of players, so that's going to be interesting to see.
It'll all be interesting to see, Brenna. We're keeping our eyes on the Zags matchup, and hopefully we can have you back on Up with KREM with a celebratory interview for the Zags moving on to the Final Four. Looking into other news this morning at 6:35. Yeah, Brenna's stoked. Happening today, ballots will begin to be tabulated in a big vote coming out of Alabama. Amazon Fulfillment Center employees near Birmingham had until today to vote on joining a union, and it would be a first for the Seattle-based company, as local union organizers believe that a successful vote there could prompt a similar vote here.
I think that for the workers who are here in Kent and in Renton and in other fulfillment centers, it just sends them a strong message that it is possible and that we don't have to cower to threats of Amazon.
Amazon has spent big money on ads to highlight its $15 an hour starting wage, and it does suggest union dues could cut take-home pay. We could have results by the end of this week when it comes to this election. Today, the trial of a former police officer accused of killing George Floyd continues. Derek Chauvin has pleaded not guilty to charges stemming from Floyd's death on May 25th. You might remember that video, which sparked a resurgence of the Black Lives Matter movement. And in that video, it showed Floyd on the ground in handcuffs with Chauvin's knee on his neck for roughly 9 minutes. This morning, we do want to make note of a certain document in this case that's getting attention. Minnesota's court system has a unique rule known as the Spark of Life Doctrine, which allows for witnesses who are there just to humanize the victim. So the judge says those Spark of Life witnesses can share memories about Floyd to show he was loved, but they can't say anything that would be considered character evidence, like calling him a gentle giant. Of course, prosecutors plan to show photos of Floyd throughout his life and call 2 Spark of Life witnesses. One will be Floyd's sibling, and another will be an acquaintance from Minneapolis. But meanwhile, court documents also show Chauvin's lawyers want to introduce evidence of prior bad acts by Floyd should the state exceed the permissible scope of Spark of Life testimony. Now, this court case continues to be a developing story. You can keep your eyes right here on Up with KREM and KREM.com for the latest developments in this ongoing story. But still ahead this morning, here on Up with KREM, more adults are becoming eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. But people under 16 years old are still being left out. Coming up, we'll explain more about the vaccine trial for children.
We've got a chilly start to the day today. Temperatures down in the mid-20s. We're talking a warm-up. It all starts this afternoon. I'll let you know what to expect in the days to come.